As we await President Biden's remarks from the APEC summit, let's get to our panel. Bill Lee is chief economist at the Milken Institute, joined us in the last hour. Michelle Caruso-Cabrera, CNBC contributor, joins us from the APEC summit in San Francisco. Welcome to both of you. Michelle, let me begin with you. How much, if at all, have U.S. China relations just thawed?
Oh, I think this was definitely an improvement that we've seen in the last 24 hours. And by the way, I'm outside the hall where President Biden is going to speak in just a few minutes. The sweep happened by the Secret Service, and they're still letting people in. So presumably he's going to start soon. But people are very eager to hear what he had to say. I think Eamon's right. Definitely a victory lap when it comes to what is core to U.S. national interests, which is de-escalating the situation and avoiding a potential war or conflict with China. And we took a step toward that instead of a step away from that, based on what we saw yesterday, the relationship between the two leaders. I would say the business relationship, while they gave him a standing ovation last night, and there's an improvement when it comes to international flights, he still didn't say a lot of things that probably would have been helpful, like, we're going to stop arresting people. We're not going to pit members of the Chinese Communist Party in your management structure anymore. We're not going to make it illegal for you to send basic financial information from your subsidiary out of the country. Those things didn't happen. And so I'm not convinced that this big decline that we've seen in foreign investment in China in the last quarter isn't going to continue, because I'm not sure there was enough said for the business community.
Bill, let me ask a similar question, get you to react to what Michelle just said. The business leaders did give him a standing ovation, if only to be polite. But Michelle points to a couple of key areas where things were left unsaid.
Michelle is absolutely spot on. The easy for Biden were already done and prepackaged by the staff work ahead of the meeting. So we already knew those were already done deal. The key for President Xi Jinping was to go on a charm offensive and convince investors that China continues to be investable. And I don't think he did that last night. I mean, yes, you had a huge round of standing applause from everybody there because everybody was applauding their book. They were already there. They need to have good relations with the administration. And so guess what? They were very friendly to Xi Jinping. What we don't know is whether these guys are going to invest new money into China, whether other companies and other investors will think of China as a place to go for sourcing their materials or for putting factories in, or rather to go to the rest of Asia. Right now, the most investors that I talk to are saying, I need to look elsewhere because it's almost impossible to do business as usual, due diligence, get information, get the kind of stuff we need to make assessments about economic opportunities in China.
That said, Bill, most companies also have FOMO. And if it looks like relations with China are thawing and people are going to be investing there again, Starbucks continues to invest and open 9,000 stores. I mean, this feels like a moment that will give them cover for the duration of this administration, barring a significant change, to now jump back into China and hope that maybe as growth turns, they can capture some alpha, so to speak, at a time when the U.S. may also be slowing. I sense as though that's the mood right now.
Well, it's the commentary I've heard is that Xi Jinping is not a reliable boyfriend. He has changed his mind before about the role of private companies in China and the Chinese economy. And now that he's saying that, well, I really wasn't changing my mind, I really welcome foreign companies, that kind of head fake is something where fear of missing out has to be cautioned by risk management. And right now, the risk of Xi Jinping changing his mind again is very high.